What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. I'm at a rummage sale. Got some stuff in my bag already, looking to see if I can find anything else I can make some money on. Going to hit some thrift stores also and find some good stuff today. So this rummage sale happens around me, I think twice a year, and generally everything is $1. So you can find some really good deals here. Now, I have no idea if people are pulling good stuff and not selling it for $1, right? If something really good comes in. But I have found things that I've sold for $350 from this sale, like a TV brand new in the box, stuff like that. Here is some sort of men's grooming kit, vintage. I see some vintage razors here. And I should have probably just grabbed them and threw them in the bag, but I've got some like this before and they don't really sell, and they don't sell for much, $15. Some of them are really good though. Some guy swoops in there and snags this razor, so I didn't end up buying it. I could have missed something, but I have one I think I got at this rummage sale even maybe for a dollar, and just didn't really sell. So it just depends on the razor, but some of the vintage stuff is pretty good. Those were kind of rough and rusted, and I don't think I missed much, but the grooming kit's pretty nice. It's old. It looks like all the pieces are there and in fairly good condition for the age. Looking at the men's clothing, did not know this rack was back in this corner when I first came in. I already hit it earlier, but you know, sometimes you just don't know where everything is at these rummage sales. Over here, you got craft stuff, always looking for the cross-stitch stuff. And shoes, I got some decent shoes here today. Sometimes I find really good shoes here. I remember a couple years ago, I got $650, $750 worth of good shoes, Jordans, and I don't even remember, all kinds of good stuff. So yeah, always look at the shoes. Here's some toys. Didn't see many good toys at this sale. I usually don't. I just don't see great toys at rummage sales too often anymore. It seems like the vintage stuff, I guess it's just been donated in years past. People's already bought it. Unfortunate, because that's the kind of stuff I love to find. CDs and DVDs there. Also love to find those if they're new or unique. Books. But I got some good stuff. Of course, I'll be showing you everything at the end of the video, like always. Goodwill. What do we have here? Bags, and here's actually a good bag. OGO. Our Gear is Organized bag. And I've sold these before. I've sold golf bags from that name very quickly for good money. And here's another backpack. I think it was $4.99. So probably going to price that like $35, $40 on eBay. I think it will sell. The other one sold very quickly I had, and it was almost identical to that. It even had a Chemex logo on it because it was made for like a business or something. Someone still bought it. So over here we got picture frames, we got mirrors. Here's a tea maker, and I sold one of these recently for I think $40 like this. And this one I see is really dirty. It's kind of beat up. $7. And I'm like, I just sold my last one. I don't want to mess with that right now. It's the time of year where garage sales and rummage sales, I have so much inventory coming in. That's better. I really don't want to take time cleaning a tea maker, right? If it was in better condition, I could just list it. I would do that. Or if it was a dry season in the middle of winter, sourcing wasn't great, I might pick it up. That's just kind of how I work. My mind works sometimes. So if you see me pick up something one time and not another time, that might be why. Here's a vintage Clue game, pretty old. I looked that up. Just not really selling on eBay. Had duct tape on it, so didn't really want to mess with it. And over here, I see some interesting figures. I got this, which is Beast from Beauty and the Beast, right? There's like a $12.99 sticker on the back. I don't know what that's from. $4.99, that's still kind of high. But then I see this one. And this one they have price $7.99. I can't believe it for that little figure. Why? I think it's from a Doctor Who. I Google Lensed it and looked it up. It's not worth even really $8 on eBay for somebody. No one's buying those. Don't know what possessed them to price that $8. Here's another figure, $5. And it's worrying because you used to throw toys like this in bags and sell them for like $2. Now they're trying to individually price Like, what mom, even for a kid, is going to pay $8 for that toy for them, right? Like, I don't understand, but I used to buy toys like this just for $1. Sometimes they were even priced 69 cents, and you just pick them up because they're worth like $10, right? Well, not anymore. No one's going to pay those prices. They'll just end up in Goodwill bins. I'm in this Goodwill, and I'm finding some really good shoes. Looking at the clothing here, we got some jackets I'm digging through, and I see this SpongeBob jacket, and I don't think it's much. I just kind of look at it, and I see members on the back. I'm like, it's not a members only jacket, is it? And I look at the tag, and it's a crossover with members only. Apparently, Nickelodeon did a bunch of different characters for members only jackets, and I see it's new with tags. So $9.99. I end up looking it up, and it's worth selling. $40 is what a tag says from a store, but it was originally $70. I think that was from Marshall's or something. Here's an Amazon thermostat. You know, I forgot to look this up when I turned off the camera. I don't think that was very good. I didn't even know Amazon made those thermostats like that. Kind of interesting. Might have been worth picking up at $4.99. I'm not sure. I don't know why I just didn't throw it in the cart. I guess I was pretty negative on it. Probably like, I don't want to mess with it. A lot of the Amazon Echo stuff, once it's outdated, is not worth flipping. Candles, candle holders. Over here, I find a Patagonia, and it's rare for me to find Patagonia at Goodwill or anywhere really. So not bad. I guess the clothing resellers were not out today for whatever reason. Usually, clothing gets picked very fast anytime it comes out at Goodwills. So I'll take it. Not a big clothing reseller, but I'm not going to pass deals. Here's some vintage Alvin and the Chipmunks glasses, $3.99. Somebody will probably pay that for them, and people who want them, but not something that really flips well. Maybe if you had the whole set for like $5, you could flip it and make money. I don't know what they sell for. Generally, those glasses aren't worth a whole lot. Certain ones are, though. Just like always, there's always certain items that are worth money. Just plain clear dishes over here. I would imagine some of that stuff can be really good as well. I just don't see anything that stands out to me. I'm not going to go through every single piece of dish here and figure it out. Let me know if you see something that stands out that could be worth it. Down here we got some just Avon stuff. Generally, Avon's bad. I've said it many times. Very few Avon things are good. I talked about the Avon Advent calendar that sells for well over $100. Something like that is certainly worth picking up. But the perfume bottles, I typically don't find any that's ever worth it, so I kind of just pass by them. Here's some speakers. I see immediately they have quite a bit of damage, kind of lose interest. I don't know what brand it was. Don't really want to mess with them, I guess. $6.99 for this thing. I just wanted to look at it to see what Goodwill is pricing it. Always curious on their pricing strategies and their pricing trends. We got some lamps. Never find good lamps in Goodwill. Very, very rare. I think those get picked quite quickly as well. Probably because people shopping for them. There's always people shopping in Goodwills looking for stuff for their home. But I also stopped at a garage sale, found some good stuff, got some good clothing today at multiple places. So ended up doing pretty well regardless. And here's a cart that came out. I ended up finding some shoes. I don't know if it was this cart. Found some good shoes that came out. It might have been, I think there might have been under all that pile there. I looked closely after I turned off the camera. Not sure what this set is. Don't remember. It's been sitting there for a while, but when they price stuff high, people don't buy it. It's typically the way it goes. Like this right here. I've been seeing this around. Squishmallow Nightmare Before Christmas. $20 on it. So probably going to sit forever. I think it's $20 new on eBay or Amazon or something as well. So certainly don't want to pay that at Goodwill, right? But ended up finding some great stuff today. And let me show you everything I got. Some good bolos. Here is my haul. Got some things from a garage sale and thrifting. Oh, also a rummage sale, a few things. We can start back here with this OGO bag. Our gear is organized. Had these on the videos before. They do quite well. I think the last bag like this I sold for around $30. It sold very quickly. This is a street bag. Looks like it should sell for about $40 plus shipping. Paid $5 for it. Here's a Charlotte Hornets plush. This is new with tags. I bought it because it was only 25 cents. Surely I could make $10 on it. I don't know how many people are going to want it, right? New with tags, vintage, plush like this. For a quarter, I don't even think about it. I just pick it up. It's a good shoe day. I got some shoes at the Rummage sale, some shoes at Goodwill. So here's some I got at the Rummage sale. These are Nike Air. They're in pretty good condition. They're a little dirty, have a little bit of wear. Pretty good shoes, $40, $45 pre-owned. I'll probably list these for like $25 just to try to move them since I only paid $1 for them. Still got a lot of life left in them. They're just not perfect, but these are really good. These Merrell clogs or slip-on shoes. I'm not sure what style you'd actually consider these. They don't look like they've been worn much at all. I looked up this style and it was looking pretty good. Some of these were selling $40 to $50 pre-owned. So at $1, I'm probably going to come in $39.99 plus shipping. Then at Goodwill, I got these, what were they called? Vapor Max Air. Very high-end shoes. Like these are new, I think are over $200. These are in really good condition though. I paid $6.99 for them. I still think they're worth like $70, $80 pre-owned like this. So madness. I don't know why they were priced $6.99 because there are other Nike there that were in terrible shape, priced $15. Just one of those things where who knows who's pricing, what they're thinking when they price them. But great shoe pickup on those. And these were also good. Both of those were on a new cart that came out. I snagged them really quick. These UGG slippers, I didn't think they'd be worth picking up, and I just looked them up, looked the tag style up real quick, and they were selling really good at around $40 in good condition. And these are in good condition. They're 3E, which is like extra wide, I guess. Driving loafers, so I'm going to price those about $35, $40. Should be some good profit. Found these, they look pretty good. I had never found a pair like this that I can remember. Looked them up, and they don't sell great, but still should be able to sell those for $30, $40. I think they're in really good condition. Believe they're some sort of training shoe, right? Kind of like them. I'd almost wear them myself. They're my size, but not going to really wear training shoes around casually, I don't think, and I'm not going to be doing any training anytime soon anyway, I don't think. Recently I had some men's Weejuns shoes on the channel. Sold for about 70, 80 bucks. These are women's and what are they? Catherine 2s. Look these up and they sell really good. I think there's like 2 or 3 pairs only on eBay right now and like 20 some comps for this style. They still have a lot of life in them as well. I paid $5 for them. Probably going to sell them for $30, $40. They should sell very quickly. And then I just picked up these Echo shoes because, well, they're in good condition. Echo's a pretty good brand. Nothing special. I've sold these kind of basic men's shoes before. You can get around $30 for them in good condition. And typically what I do with pairs of shoes like this, I'll price them $30. And if they don't sell in a year, yes, a year, I let shoes sit for a year before I start marking them down. It gives people, looking for the style that fits them and everything, time to come and buy them. Then I start marking them down. Even if I have to sell them at 20 bucks eventually, I still make money. I mean, even if I sell them at like $15, even $10, I still make a little bit of money. So it's just very low risk to buy shoes like that, but just sometimes they take a while to sell. So adding up all these shoe pickups, it's going to be some good profit. So I picked up some things at the Rummage sale, nothing special. Everything was $1. So when everything's $1, I buy things that I normally probably wouldn't pick up, right? Like this security camera, $1, I just threw it in the bag. It does look like this set with the receiver and everything is in good condition, and it was selling for about $25. So definitely some money. Same with this Polaroid land camera. At $1, I just picked it up. People even buy these just for display, but generally the land cameras are not great sellers. However, I looked this one up and it was selling for, well, some comps for over $100. I don't know why. Others lower. It is in pretty good condition. It's got the book in there. Unless it's something I'm missing, I don't think it'll actually sell for $150. Those are probably refurbished and tested or something. More realistically, I might get $15 profit out of it. They had some old shaving stuff. I was a little bit late to some razors and stuff. I did pick up this leather vintage men's grooming kit, I believe from the 50s. The research I was showing for some like this. A lot of complete pieces in here. The mirror here or whatever it is has a little bit of tarnish or whatever, rust on the file, but otherwise pretty good condition. Didn't see any maker names, but I do think this could sell for $25, $30. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of the razors because while I was looking, someone just kind of swooped in and grabbed it, so I should have grabbed it quicker if I wanted it. It didn't look great anyway. From what I know about razors, maybe a $15 razor. But hopefully I can make at least $15 profit on this. Then I picked up these Radio Shack mics, or honestly, I don't even know what these are. I looked up the model number and they were selling great. Quite a few on eBay with very few sales, but these are in really good condition. There's 2 of them, so I'm hoping to make at least $10 profit. Again, if I looked that up at the thrift store and it was like a couple bucks, $3, I would probably just left it. But at rummage sales, sometimes I just get this stuff. At a garage sale for $3, I picked up this Sonic the Hedgehog Lego set. The woman told me her son never played with it. All the pieces are there. She said he was more into the iPad right now. So their loss, my gain, I guess. I mean, it's nothing great. This set sells like pre-owned if it is actually complete for like $25. I probably just throw this with all the other Legos I'm holding on to. Legos typically go up in value over the years, especially once they're discontinued, and pretty sure this one's discontinued. So back here, this hat is kind of cool. This is a old straw hat, a Shady Brady. When I saw the name, I'm like, oh, I remember something about these. Probably in an old Bolo video from years ago that I done. It does have some spot here, which was scratching off with my fingernail. Otherwise, it's in pretty good condition. Some of these Shady Brady hats are selling for around $50. So I think I can sell that one between $30 and $50. I'll have to do a bit more research on the style there. Paid $5 for that at Goodwill. This is pretty cool. This is a Burberry's scarf. Paid $5 for it. And some of these scarves are big money. This is lamb's wool, vintage, made in Scotland. This one is just very plain. The ones that are plaid seem to do better. They can sell for over $100. I did see one that was plain, kind of like this. It sold for, I think, $65, but this is something I think I'll put on eBay for $40 and see if anyone wants it. Burberry's is a great brand, especially vintage, but like I said, the plaid stuff and stuff that's a bit more fancy seems to do better. Okay, I got some cool clothing finds. Got some Queen band shirts. Now, these are not like really old, but they are Y2K, early 2000s. Got some good designs. Queen One Shoe in 82. Probably the best one. I paid $5 a piece for all these. I did see this shirt sell for $50. There was a comp for. There's some people that have them listed for like $200. I don't think they're going to sell like that. They're not old or original. They do have, paper tags and everything, so they are fairly early. Almost technically vintage. Here is another one. This has a Fruit of a Loom tag. I actually didn't look up any of these others really. I just assume they sell between $20 and $30. Maybe $40 if they're rare or something. There's another one, this one as well. Still going to be some great profit, I think, in them. And also at the rummage sale, I got this Bud Racing vintage t-shirt for $1. Why not? It's got a pretty cool graphic on it. Also picked up this SpongeBob members only jacket. Got this mostly because it was new with tags. I probably would have passed on it because it was $10. You see at some store it was $40 at some point. Probably like Marshall's or something because it does have a comparable value, $70. Now some of these Nickelodeon crossovers with members only are selling for over $100. Just this design is more basic. And I did see some comps where this was selling for $40 plus shipping. So new with tags, I should still make some pretty good profit on it. Then I found a Patagonia sweatshirt. I just don't find Patagonia much at the thrift store. I believe this is a men's, just quarter zip in really good condition. So I should be able to sell that for, it's looking like around $30. I looked up the style and that's what they were selling for. So not bad in the clothing. If I was to add up all the estimated profits, I think it's going to be great. But there it is, everybody. That's my haul for today. We are in the hot part of the garage sale and yard sale season, rummage sales. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the awesome finds I come across. Hit the like button for me, gets the video in the algorithm. I really appreciate it. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Until next time.